We are live. Sorry, folks. Had a few
Sorry.
technical difficulties today. No big deal. No big deal. But exciting news because we have a new camera gal today.
Yeah, let me show everybody. Ready?
Yeah, we
Say
have Casey back
hello.
today.
Oh, is it going?
I don't know. It takes a little.
There you go.
Hey, it's Casey. This is exciting.
Yeah,
Casey,
I'm
has
sorry.
to fill. Shiz might be on
she's
the
got it.
job.
We don't need Shizuka. Say, we got this. All right, let's figure it out. We're having some computer, phone, voice, all kinds of issues, but we'll get it done. Can you see me okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
You
we'll
ready,
see you,
Aaron?
Brendan.
All right,
That's
well, let's
cool.
get started.
That's good.
There we go. All right, so we're making Irish soda bread. You can turn the whole camera, right? Irish soda bread. This is a recipe I got from one of my friends from high school. She was always making it years and years and years ago, and I said, I need that recipe, so the credit goes to her. And I've been making it ever since, and it's one of my favorite. So as everybody knows, we're going to make some and give some away. I teased it a little bit, but let's get started. So first ingredient.
I need to tell them how they win, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Good point. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So we want you to share this link, all right? And we want you to comment in the comments, make some comments, talk to us throughout, right? And then we're going to pick a random winner. So you have to share the link and make comments.
Yes. Give us some feedback, give us some suggestions, talk about your favorite, whatever, the sun's shining, anything. But jump into conversation.
She doesn't count, though.
Yeah. No, you got to be in Hampton Roads, unfortunately. Sorry. Because I can only drive so far. But I will deliver fresh bread. It's baked. Just came out of the oven. All right, let's get started. So first ingredient, 4 cups all-purpose flour. Get yourself a nice big bowl, okay? We're going to do 4 cups of flour. And the important part when you're measuring, we've talked about this a couple times, is you want to make sure it's nice and leveled out, right? So a handy dandy little back of a knife. I should probably need a bigger dish. As I'm sitting here spilling everywhere and making a mess. So get yourself the back of a knife, okay? And you want to just kind of go like that, chop it all in, and nice and smooth, right? So baking is a little bit more of a science. We want to make sure we're accurate with our measurements. A little bit more so than when I'm cooking and I don't really measure anything, which I know can be frustrating. But this one we're going to measure everything out pretty darn accurately. So that's 1 cup. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. I got to get 8 of these guys because for some reason we lost our cup measuring.
Oh, wow.
2.
Okay, well, we might have to spruce up your measuring cups there. Get your, it's like socks, though, measuring cups and measuring spoons. They're like
They're always missing one.
Missing all the time. It's crazy.
That's 3. It'll all be worth it in the end, I promise. All right, so that was 3.
So
and you want to make sure.
Really love.
What was that?
I love making Irish soda bread.
I think people are going to be pretty surprised at how easy this is. It's not really difficult at all. Pretty simple ingredients. Man, I am just making a mess today. I am.
Big old mess.
Somebody said, hey, Shizuka, but Shizuka's not here today. We got Casey.
That's right. We had a guest. That was 4, right, Casey? Counting?
No.
You're not counting? You're supposed to be counting.
You
5.
said 3 last time.
All right, we're up to 5. 6.
And he's just going without measurements.
No, that's not wrong.
I know, but last time you did.
7. All right, we made it. We made it. 8. All right.
I'm going to keep you on your toes. You're not going to be able to mess around today.
I know. She's very quick to judge, which is understandable. All right. Perfect timing, Charlie. Thank you. 4 cups of flour. We need a 1/4 cup of sugar. And you want to make sure you use the all-purpose flour, right? You don't want to go with the cake flours or any of those because it will change with the gluten in there. 1/4 cup.
So that's what it is with the all-purpose flour. Is that it's the gluten?
It's the I mean, it's like it sounds. It's like it sounds. And today is gonna be one of those days. It's like it sounds. It's, it's got the chemical compounds are just for everything in general. So the cake flour has less gluten in it. Bread flour is a little bit different too. So that's why you just want to go with a nice all-purpose one.
Okay.
Quarter cup regular white sugar.
Just a reminder, as we have people jumping in, Tom has 2 loaves of Irish soda bread to deliver locally here. Okay, like keep it local, folks, because Tom's got to work today too. But Tom has 2 loaves to deliver. So how do you win? You win by sharing this live video and by making comments. That's how you
That's right.
win.
Conversation. Even if it's a simple hello, just jump on, say hello,
Yep.
make an Irish soda bread.
Came on, said hi.
All right, 1 teaspoon of salt. Dump that in there. We are going to do, now here's the one ingredient that it's not for everybody, but you can choose to leave it out if you want. I'm putting it in. Caraway seeds. We want 2 tablespoons of caraway seeds. So again, this is a personal preference. I really like it in there. Shizuka doesn't care for it. The kids don't care for it. So I make one with and one without, because who doesn't need 2 loaves of bread, right? So that's caraway seeds. We're going to give this a quick stir. Fork or a whisk will do it. You just want to mix it up, make sure it's all incorporated. Okay, now comes the butter part. Put that away. So you can stay right there.
Okay.
I kept the butter nice and chilled. It's very, very important. Dice it up really small. Okay. Oops. There we go. And I just took it right out of the fridge because you want to make sure it's nice and cold. Because the more you work with it, it gets melty and it starts to change again, liquefies, and it just gets a little bit different inside the batter. So this is 4 tablespoons. Okay, so we're going to throw that in there. Another, I think the common theme today is I don't have a lot of stuff for baking, but another thing that I like to use, or you should or could use, is what do you call those?
A pastry blender.
Yeah, pastry cutter. Yeah. Thank you. So that kind of like breaks the butter, use it for biscuits and stuff. It kind of makes into a crumbly thing. What I do is sometimes I do a combination of like a scissor method with 2 knives, and that kind of helps. But with this butter being really, really cold right now, I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to break up the chunks with my hands. You don't want to hold on to them too long. You just want to break these little bits and pieces, smush them together, kind of like you're just smushing them and rotating your hand there. Because we don't want big chunks. We want it to be broken up a little bit, like granular. But I don't want to hold on to it for too long and melt it. So that's why starting with very, very cold butter helps. If you want to put it in the freezer to buy yourself some more time, by all means you can. But just cold butter will work.
You don't want no.
Melissa says Casey is doing a great job.
I know I am.
Yeah, she's doing very, very good. She's standing on a stool right now, so she can get the height advantage. We got it all figured out. Yeah.
Like a regular professional.
I know. We adapt, right? Pivot. That's the word there. You got to sometimes just overcome. Shizuka's out doing a work in the dog store today because they've got a pop-up event going on in Norfolk. So kudos to them. And we're making bread.
Yes.
All right, so that's kind of chunked up a little bit. Again, you're not going to notice too different, but you know that you're breaking them all up. You just want to kind of smush these butter pieces together. And then you can get back in. It's okay to get dirty. I like getting dirty. And just go in there and chop them up, nice and scissor method like this. You see that, Case?
Is what you're looking for, correct?
Yeah, just kind of crumbly, right? Just like we're making it very similar like a biscuit. All right, now we're going to put in raisins. So
yummy raisins.
We've got 2 cups of, you can do golden or dark raisins. I didn't find golden, so I went just with the dark. This is 2 cups plus a little bit. I tend to go a little heavier on my raisins. That's the adjustment I make because I like the raisin in there. But just around 2 cups is all you need. And just kind of break them up with your hand to make sure they're, no big chunks. And we're going to get in there and do it again with the flour just to make sure everything's nice and evenly distributed.
And I've actually made it both ways with dark and golden raisins.
Yeah.
And it does have a smidge of a different, golden raisins have a different flavor and texture. So it's kind of interesting. I like it either way.
Yeah, I've never done it with the golden. I always just go right for the dark ones because I feel like that's what's usually done. But it makes sense with the golden raisins, though. That does have a different
a little softer
flavor.
Yeah. Really neat.
So again, we're just gonna quickly go in here, break it all up, make sure there's no big, huge chunks. Kind of get all these covered up in the flour and all this stuff that we've got in here so far. And then we're gonna work on our wet bowl, okay? So that's the dry ingredients. We'll set that to the side for now. Wet ingredients, we are going to go with 1.5 cups of buttermilk. I measured it out. You got to go with the buttermilk. You want that acidity in there. It's very, very tasty, and that's a noticeable difference. So you want to make sure you have that. All right, and again, with baking, it's pretty precise, or tries to be pretty darn close. So make sure you get all your ingredients out of the measuring cups. We are going to go with 1 large egg right here.
Well, this,
See 'em?
and this, you know, March is obviously such a great time to make Irish soda bread because of St. Patrick's Day, and we always have it. We have corned beef and cabbage. I've always done that. Great thing was when Justin and I combine families, we always do that. They do that for St. Patrick's Day as well, and of course,
Yeah.
you need the Irish soda bread, so you can't miss it.
I definitely agree with you on that one. You know what I think I forgot to do? I never did. Good thing we're paying attention here. I need to put in 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So I caught myself, which is good.
Put it in the drawer.
All right, so 2 teaspoons. Hang on, Case. Let me get my.
Keeping you in check there.
What was that?
He's keeping you in check, making sure you get it in the dry ingredients.
That's right. So again, make sure it's nice and level. See that? You don't want it overdo on these. All right. So 2 teaspoons goes in the dry ingredients, and we'll just give us a quick zhuzh so it's evenly mixed up. All right. Back on track.
Back onto the wet ingredients.
Back onto the wet ingredients. Thank you, Casey. So we've got in here 1.5 cups of buttermilk, 1 large egg. Now we're going to put in a teaspoon of baking soda.
Let's hear where you guys are watching from, so Tom knows potentially where he is going to have.
Let me know how far I'm driving.
Off. Yeah, some Irish soda bread.
It'll be fun. I'll wrap it up. We'll make it a nice COVID-safe delivery. Enjoy some bread. So this, we're going to whisk it up just to break up that egg. Go this way. I always saw the pictures of her making this bread. I'm like, man, that's amazing. It looks so good. I want some. So she sent me the recipe, and I'm just surprised at, honestly, how easy it is to really make it. You have to let it rise. It goes pretty quick. It's
why it's one of my, this and beer bread. I mean, just such easy things to bake. And I like baking quite a bit. Cooking not as much. So you and I differ in that quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm more random.
We have to be gluten-free now, and so this will be interesting this year.
Yeah, you just gotta deal with the gassiness.
The flour reacts. That's what I always. When we switched to the gluten-free, it's interesting. The flour doesn't always react the same way for sure.
Right. Yeah. So it'll be a little bit different. I'm curious. All right. So wet ingredients.
And we have to add the xanthan gum, which is what makes it expensive.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wet ingredients into the dry. Just dump the whole bowl in there. You saw me scrape it out. You want to make sure you get everything out. We're just going to stir this around until we get like a really biscuit-like dough. Okay. I can smell that buttermilk. It smells good. I wonder if anybody else has ever put anything else in Irish soda bread, like, I don't know, like nuts or something, or some kind of, I know it's not traditional.
I don't see why. I mean, I don't think you want to make it too fruitcakey, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't see why you couldn't. I always like it pretty simple.
I think what I'm going to make next is, as Shizuka asked about, and I've made it a long, long time ago, is zucchini bread. I really like zucchini bread.
Yeah, we had, Justin made a killer zucchini bread probably a year or two ago. It was really good. I actually like it and don't like zucchini. So.
Oh, that's interesting. All right, so you see the what we got, right? Just soft. Everything's mixed together. It's a little bit sticky. Again, if you've made biscuits, I keep saying that because that's very similar to what it feels like. And now we're going to, and we're getting close to, that's it really for all the ingredients. So what we're going to do now is mix this together by hand a little bit, just so it forms into a ball, and get every.
Make it actually dough.
Yeah, make it like a dough. We're not really looking to over mix it.
You like Irish soda bread, Casey?
I've never tried it before, I don't think.
You had it last time.
Uh-huh.
Last St. Patty's Day. You probably don't remember.
I don't
remember. Dad cooks so much, I'm sure.
And I could be wrong too. For who knows? That's not the first time. So.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I think last St. Patrick's Day we didn't do a whole lot because it was COVID. So I think we just had a team party since we're all around each other anyway.
Yeah, that's very true. That's when the lockdown started. When the Norfolk parade.
Yes, we're on the second year of canceling the Norfolk parade, which, if you know, Justin and I is our favorite thing. Heck, we bought a house right there just because of that. Just kidding.
All right, so we got a nice dough formed here. Again, we're not really looking to mix it. We're just trying to get it to come together. Sometimes it's a little more stickier. It's okay either way. You're not wrong. This one's a little more drier than the last one, probably because I didn't measure the cups as accurately towards the end there, right, Case?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me wash my hands real quick.
Well, while you're doing that, your sister has an excellent zucchini bread recipe if you want it. She's willing to share it. What a nice sister. I'm surprised that my mother-in-law is not trying to snap up some of this and win some of this Irish soda bread. She loves it.
You said she is or is not?
She's not. Well,
oh, I
know,
definitely would have been on there.
I know they are prepping for their move right now, so they may not be watching it so closely. I would allow them to throw their hat in the ring. Generally, they can't win any of our giveaways, the poor things. But for this, I think we could make an exception. Although
absolutely
fair and make
I know Sue is always a big fan of watching. I thought that would be who's getting one of these breads for sure.
That's what I thought too, but I don't know if I think they're over at their new house, I think.
All right, so I've got a baking sheet here with parchment paper, very important. You're just gonna kind of make it into a similar sized ball, loaf, that's a better word, about 8 inches or so across. If you want to measure because you're more precise than me, by all means do it.
I gotta stop you for a second. I just see one of the most genius things I've ever seen in all my times of baking, and it's your parchment paper. Please turn the edges up for me. You have folded this.
Uh-huh.
That's genius.
Yeah,
it's like the dumbest thing, and it's so smart. Like, I can't get over it. It fits so well.
Parchment paper is very frustrating because it never matches the size of.
And it
no matter what.
Down well.
Yeah, and so then I just always fold it under because I don't like it to stick over. I feel like it's sloppy looking, and it also maybe burns a little easier. I don't know, but it's just one of those things that drives me a little bonkers.
No, that's great. Great. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, good.
I have a feeling there
we've
are
got
out there that want to see that.
So the loaf is ready to go, and it's really that easy. I mean, I surprise myself every time about how simple it is. It's very, very easy to make, very easy ingredients to buy. So we're going to now top it. I've got 1 egg yolk here, okay? And if anybody wants a recipe, it should be posted, but if not, let us know, and we'll make sure we get it to you.
It is posted over on the HRVA Homes website, or Facebook page. Sorry, not website, Facebook page.
So I'm going to use a little bit of the residual buttermilk that I had in there to help, which is what I like to do. You could put another teaspoon or so in there. Let me get a little bit more. I need just a tiny bit. Hang on.
That's a good shot, Casey. I like it.
So just about a teaspoon or so of heavy cream, buttermilk. I put on the recipe heavy cream, but if you don't have it, just use more of the buttermilk. You can even use regular milk. You're just trying to liquefy that egg a little bit. And then we're going to take it with a pastry brush if you have it. We're going to come across and just really paint the top. So again, I've made this a lot of times. I made 2 earlier today, which I will show you. And those were definitely a little bit stickier. Could just been time of day. Maybe I did something a little bit off. Not off, but just different. It happens. But if it is sticky, don't worry about it. This is really where it starts to smooth it out because you're going to paint it with this mixture, and you can kind of smooth out all those edges from your hands being sticky and touching it. So don't sweat it.
Now it looks like a weird cookie.
Yeah,
It does.
like a big chocolate chip cookie or something, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to help brown it up and give us a nice color, which you'll see. And one thing you want to make sure you do is take a nice sharp knife, if you have one, a bread knife of some sort, and we're going to just go down about a quarter of an inch or so, and make an X on top.
Why
Just
do
kind
you
of
do
cut
that?
down like that. Okay, and that's going to allow that steam to escape. It's going to allow it, because it's going to expand a little bit. You'll notice when I show you the dry cooked ones. And then this goes into a 300. Watch yourself, Case. This goes into a 350 degree oven. We're going to cook it 35 minutes to start. And then we're going to just turn the pan around in the oven and do another 35 minutes. So 70 minutes total is what we're looking for.
Just
Okay.
for that even cooking, correct?
Yes, you definitely want to rotate it, right? All ovens are, unless if you have a convection oven, that'll be a little bit more helpful. But even if you do, I would still rotate it in that 35-minute mark. This way you get some nice even cooking, all that temperature. Because sometimes ovens are a little bit hotter in the back than they are in the front. They're all a little bit different. So just help even it out. All right. And now, you ready? Can you see? We're going to pretend that 70 minutes has passed. And we've got
Voila!
Irish soda bread. So yummy. So when it comes out of the oven, use a skewer. Where are we, kids?
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of go right into the middle, and you want to make sure it comes out nice and clean, no chunkies around it, and that's how you know you're done. Okay?
Just get a moment to look at that golden brown.
Yeah. Delicious.
Great job, Casey.
So that is, there you go, come up here. So that's the Irish soda bread. Where are we? There we are.
There you go. You're good.
So that's the Irish soda bread. Let it cool off, probably a good 45 minutes if you can wait that long. Because coming out of the oven is beautiful, hot, and delicious. But at least let it be a little bit so it can relax. And then dive in, lather it up with some butter. If you're my mom, a lot of butter. And
If you're
enjoy
a lot
that
of butter,
bread.
I'm with it.
Yeah, she's a butter monster.
Butter goes on everything. Sometimes.
Right. So let me just tell you, we got Kathy Mizak,
Okay.
Sherry Carpenter local.
Okay.
There you go. Those are your winners.
Those are the winners. Awesome. Well, I know exactly where Kathy lives.
Yeah.
I will. Maybe we can message them both and see, because I can drop them off between now and 3:30 if that works for people. So we'll get in touch with you. We'll let you know. I'll have it all wrapped up and drop it off.
Nice job, people. You won this.
Man, this is that is quite the production right there, Casey. Good stuff. High five.
Good job.
All right, so just send me the bill for Casey whenever you get a chance, and I don't want any labor law issues.
Yeah, no laws. Doing it all for love, and hopefully everybody enjoyed it. Sorry for the delays and the hiccups, but we got it done.
It's live TV, and we're not professionals. We're winging this, so who cares?
Oh, really?
Who cares? Yeah, that's what we're good at. I'm gonna go back. I'm not good at the cooking stuff anyway, just talking. So, all right, let's go. Have a day. Get some pictures when you're dropping those loaves off there.
Will do.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.